Now, first of all, I want to say that the main character in your reading for the month of June is this Knight of Cups here. So the Knight of Cups is looking like he's jumping from one thing to the other without gathering the experience from what has been, because they're holding their cup high and mighty. So they want to be the knight in shining armor and offering this cup, the cup of their heart, to someone. It's like the holy grail of love. So right off the bat, I see a lot of people in this reading. It's almost like a soap opera in the month of June for you, Virgo. A lot of people. But these can go several ways. So let's start from one, the Magician, because he is number one. Okay, so the Magician may embody a person that has all the creational elements at their disposal, and they can create things in their life. They are very capable, and they're mostly like an architect, and they're getting ideas, flash of insights from the divine, and they're gonna move on to creating them because they have the power at their disposal. And it's one. So you're starting the month of June here with you being very well aware of the fact that you have everything that you need and you can start creating that which you want. The power is at your disposal. It's up to you to use it and to create certain situations for yourself. It may relate to your love life or your work or your own personality in general. All that we know here is that you are very in tune with existence, and now you know how to play with these elements as to change your reality according to your ideas, because you can see the flash here. After the Magician, we have this Queen of Cups. These two cards here may relate to a scorpionic type of energy. Scorpio is usually water and fire. So you can see here the water, and you can see here all the elements, but Scorpio is a shapeshifter, and they can change and be represented in tarot by any card. Okay, so a bit of scorpionic energy here. Queen of Cups, she has this superpower of emotions. Water is her element. She's also a queen, so she's a bit mature, but she is on the receiving part. This may talk about female or male, it doesn't matter, but in the month of June, they're coming up as being in their emotional power and being in a receptive mood. Well, not so receptive, as right behind her you have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups may talk about a celebration. It may talk about a love triangle, or it may talk about love bond between two people and love between them. So what I'm seeing here is that the Queen of Cups is sitting on her throne with her toe dipped in the water, and right after her comes this Three of Cups. So she may have been involved in this type of situation, either a celebration, or she may have been in love with someone recently, or she may have been part of a love triangle. But it's right here after her. It's after her, like it's in the recent past. It's in the recent past, she may have been involved in this type of an energy of Three of Cups. So you see these people here, they're hanging above water. These are emotional waters and they're ready to be baptized in them. It's some sort of experience that will bring about emotional knowledge. Okay, and if you look closely, you can see these cups. It's like they're having wine. Wine is also representative of blood, because they're both red liquids. Okay, so these people are, as I said, being baptized in emotional waters. It doesn't matter how they ended up here. What's important is that these types of situations have something to teach the two or the three people, or however many people there were involved in the situation. You need to get the knowledge from it. Either how you ended up there, what it represents for you, what it represents for other people. If you're self-focused, self-centered, then your main focus will be, how did I end up here? How can I avoid this in the future? What does this mean for me? If you're also concerned about the general situation here, you will also be concerned about what are other people's motives in participating in this type of situation. But it comes right after her. So she's covering her cup here. It's like she still has the memory. Her toe is dipped in these emotional waters. She's sitting at the bottom of a waterfall. So all these emotions are coming over her. She's surrounded by her emotions. Also, you can see the faces of the moon here on top of the throne that she is sitting on. So the moon also talks about emotions. Okay, it's very well tied into our feminine side. Doesn't matter if you're male or female, we both have a masculine and a feminine side. So she can still feel like the sting of the past here from this situation. It's like very close to her. She's not quite out of, I would say, out of the woods, but she's not quite out of the water. She still has a bit of emotions here running through her about this situation. Now, the magician is, it's like the magician is sitting her down and talking to her. This may be an external person, or this may be her own self, just another part of this Queen of Cups. And you can clearly see the magician. He is, he has his hand, one towards the sky and one towards the earth. So this talks about that hermetic principle, as above, so below. If it's in the macrocosm, it's also going to be manifested in the microcosm. So if this has happened on the exterior, clearly the Queen of Cups has some issues on the bottom of her heart that she needs to deal with, she needs to face, as to not end up ever in this Three of Cups types of situations. I'm getting the feeling that the Queen of Cups in this reading, she's very dissatisfied upon how this situation went. Okay, so the magician here, it's like it's sitting her down and telling her, as above, so below. So you still need to work on yourself in some aspects of yourself, in your soul. Really search inside, see what it is that's vibrating on the inside that resonates with this type of situations on the outside. She is oriented towards the magician with her back towards this Three of Cups here. So she's no longer involved in a way. This situation, she may have been involved in it, or this may have been done behind her back. It's like when you throw a stone into the water, it's gonna create ripples. And here, with her toe in the water, it's like she will feel these ripples, even if this sort of situation has been done behind her back. She can read the emotional vibrations of people. She has an intuition, emotional intuition, so she knows, she feels it's here. And she also has her face peeking somehow in towards the right side. So she knows. She knows what happened. If she was involved, she knows that this is not a great situation to be in. And she's a bit discontent, because a bit jaded, because you can see the cup in her hand here, and she is holding her hand over like, yes, no more for me. This is enough. For some of you, it's like maybe you have this is talking very practical and pinpointed types of situations. Maybe you have participated in some sort of a social gathering, and while you were having a discussion with someone, you can clearly take a peek and see what some people are doing behind your back in a way. It's like you can see, you can feel the emotional vibrations of other people and what they are doing, for some of you. And from this emotional baptism here, where three people are levitating above the water, here we have the Knight of Cups, which is coming out from these emotional waters, okay, with his back towards this Three of Cups situation. So the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups are both facing away from this situation. No one wants to really face or talk about this thing here, which has happened. The Knight of Cups is on a mission, okay? So they rise above this situation. They have their shield on because they know these types of things hurt, but they have something to do, so they need to give this cup to someone. Queen of Cups is refusing. It's like she knows that she needs some time now to digest this situation. She's covering her cup, no more for her. But the Knight of Cups is holding their cup very high up in the air, so they really want to offer this cup to someone. If if they didn't get anything from here, they will move on. Not so quickly. It's not like the Knight of Swords or Wands. A bit more slower, but they know what they're doing in a way with their heart. But here you can see them, they have risen above the water, so they're not actually touching the water. It's like a geese moving across water, you know. They haven't taken the time to actually analyze this situation, why this has happened to them, but as to get the knowledge, okay? It's like that character Don Quixote, you know, he was a hopeless romantic. I'm not saying the Knight of Cups is a hopeless romantic, but love is like their torch that is guiding them forward. But they're moving away, okay? They're moving away with their shield on, with the cup towards what? To the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is a very interesting archetype. She vibrates with knowledge from the divine. She's very well in tuned with higher messages. She has inside of herself integrated her masculine side. Here you can see this black pillar which has the pine cone on top of it, and this pine cone you can actually find it on many monuments across the world, because it talks about the pineal gland that we have in our brain. Okay, it's like the third eye. And she also has her feminine side in her, this white pillar, which has an egg on top of it, talking about the female fertility. So she is a very she's a very interesting person. But as you can see here in the card, it's like she is made out of stone in a way. What you need to know about this type of personality is that although this person's body is here and they may respond to certain questions, their soul, their mind, their emotions, everything, they're inwardly drawn, they're introverts, their body is here with us, but everything else is plugged into other dimensions. You can also see here in these two cards, also the Hermit, that you have the moon here. She is very well tied into the moon. She's a very introvert person. She is a very secretive person. If you say something and, take her out of that frequency of her spell, of her research here, the knowledge from the past, it's like she will react in feisty ways. This is... it's something about this card with the two pillars, because you have two, the High Priestess. High Priestess is tied into the Justice card, which also has two pillars in it. In the Justice card, it's associated with the number 11. So 11 is like 1 plus 1. So you have a duality, but they're not... how should I say that? They're not combined into one, like yin and yang. They're very separated. They're like polar opposites. Okay, that's why you have 1 and 1. But here with the High Priestess, it's like you have that duality, but you have it inside of one unit, because it's a 2. You don't have two numbers, you have just one, the 2. Okay, so the Knight of Cups here is actually heading towards a person that is very independent. They have learned to be a woman, a woman and a man. It's like they are their own mothers and they are their own fathers. They are very well on their own. Why is this? You know the old Bible story about Lilith, the first wife of Adam. She was a rebel. She had her own inner system. She was that she was listening to, and she was cast out of she was cast out of heaven, and she was so torn apart by the fact that she actually went through this process of trying to live on her own, be her own woman and her own man also. She ended up running off and marrying the devil, and Adam was gifted his counterpart Eve, which is represented by the Empress. But this is a person that has their own guiding system. They don't need exterior forces, you just need to leave them alone in a way. I don't know if it's good that the Knight of Cups is heading towards this in this direction, but we will see in the month of July what comes of it. Now, the High Priestess here is flanked by, on one side, by the Knight of Cups, which is coming towards her with his heart. She is, we don't know where she is actually, because it's like she's made of stone here. She has her book of knowledge, so she has a lot of experience. She has a lot of knowledge pertaining to existence. This is a very spiritual person, and when I say spiritual, I don't mean necessarily that they are, I don't know, a good Christian, or they just know things. They are very in tune with their intuition. The moon and their intuition are the guiding elements of this person. Sorry. And then you have 9, the Hermit. You have 9, the Hermit. So this is a very, the High Priestess is not a sociable person. They are introverted. They need a lot of space and time to listen to the signals that they get on the inside. And here you have 9, the Hermit, which talks about also singlehood. It's a 9. And the Hermit also goes into a cave, and they sit there with themselves, not eating, not drinking. The only thing that they bring with them, it's like their mind, their consciousness, because they want to shed light on only one thing. They isolate themselves as to shed light inside into certain things that they are interested in. So these two here, if there are one person, I don't know towards who this Knight of Cups is heading, because this person is shedding light inside of themselves. So the High Priestess here, it's like she's made of stone, and the Hermit usually goes into a cave with the small light here. So this person is deep in meditation, deep in self-reflection, deep in self-discovery, self-knowledge, feeling of oneself, really shielding themselves from the whole world, because they're on this journey of self-knowledge. The Knight of Cups may be also on a journey of self-knowledge, but they want to know themselves by offering their hearts in emotional situations. That's why maybe they have been involved with the Queen of Cups here in this type of thing, and now they're moving towards the High Priestess. So both of these people here, the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups, they're both embodying this witchy feminine archetype. So it's like the Knight of Cups has a certain type that they want to experience. It's like they know if they want emotions, they or gather emotional experience, they need to head towards these types of people, okay, which seem difficult, but they are very experienced. They can feel their emotions. They're very well in tune with their intuition and the moon. So we have a lot of references here to the moon. You can see the moon here in the Queen of Cups' throne. You can see the moon here over seeing the High Priestess, and also here with the Hermit. Now, another thing that I see here with this Knight of Cups, this may be you or someone in your life, but the Knight of Cups may also be tied into the Magician and the Hermit. Because you have this, one is starting off the reading, then you have 9, the Hermit. So this Knight of Cups may come from this start where they know they have the power to manifest certain things, and now they're trying to build it. So they feel like an architect. I have all this power. This may be you, Virgo, thinking that, okay, I have all these elements, all this power. Now I can start building my love life or my bonds or my experience in this emotional domain. Okay, and we see you here halfway through the process. Like I told you, Don Quixote, you know, the hopeless romantic that is trying to conquer people with his heart, bit naive of heart. And at the end of it, it's like you have Nine the Hermit flanking, ending the reading and being oriented towards the past. So actually analyzing what they have achieved, what they have done up until now. Okay, 1 the Magician, 9 the Hermit. And 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1, so you're gonna get back to this thing. So this is like a whole cycle that's ending here. Okay, this is your timeline in a way. So you're starting as the architect, here you're actually on the mission, and 9 the Hermit, looking back, analyzing what has been, as to gather the knowledge. So that's why the Knight of Cups may actually not sit here with this situation like the Queen of Cups is doing. That's why they're moving forward, because they want to create. They want to give the cup of their heart here. Now, the Hermit is also shedding light on the High Priestess. And the High Priestess may talk about secrets, okay, hidden things. Also, the Moon reference here in these cards. It's very hard to see things in the nighttime, only with the light of the moon. 'Cause it can cast shadows. You can see things that are not there. So it's very hard to navigate with this emotional secrecy, okay? The High Priestess is a person that is not going to tell you how they feel. They keep to themselves. And also the Knight of Cups, they may express things through their body language, through their eyes, through their things, but look at this shield. We don't know who this person is. We don't know if they're smiling, if they're sad, if they're angry, but they're keeping up a front. They have this very brave facade of trying to be the savior. Okay, so these are things to work with in the month of June. I don't know who these people are. You need to apply this for your own self. Use your intuition and take my words as metaphors, but I think you got the general ideas and vibes. What I want to do now is a thing that I haven't done up until now, but I want to see the bottom of the deck and the top of the deck. Bottom of the deck is usually the basis for the month of June, like the basis for all these people being involved and tied together. And top of the deck is it's like the higher meaning, their wishes, hopes, and dreams. Okay, so bottom of the deck here, we have 7, the Chariot. So for everyone in this reading, the foundation is that they may all want to move. They want to move forward, but with the Chariot, you have here the Sagittarius, and this is like the Cancer, the beautiful inside of Cancer, from where all that love comes, and shooting stars. So everyone wants, in a way, like fast movement, but with another person coming together as to get this love story on the road. Okay, But the High Priestess and the Hermit, that's like they're not gonna get the show on the road until they find someone that actually understands them and has patience with them. Knight of Cups needs someone who will actually accept their cup. Now, the Queen of Cups is not moving because she has this very close to her, okay? And she's sitting with her back torn, with her back turned from it, with the leg in the water. So she's still analyzing a bit the situation. She's not ready to move forward like in this Chariot card here, okay? And top of the deck is, there we go, Four of Cups. No, this is a very stagnant energy. So the reasons why people are doing this, the foundation, is because they all want this. They want movement. Their hopes and dreams and the higher meaning for this is, which is weird because but I'm not gonna get into that. Their hopes and dreams are emotional stability in a way. Emotional stability with another person. So I normally would expect the Four of Cups to come here in a way because everyone is stagnant. So this would be like the foundational part for this reading. But apparently the foundation is, the basis for this is waiting on another person as to get the show on the road. The higher meaning for waiting, like this Four of Cups person here, is they all want emotional fulfillment, okay? Four is very stable, is very immobile. It's like being the sort of a Buddha figure sitting underneath the cherry blossom tree with your emotions and being okay. And here you have another reference to Cancer, okay? So like here in this card. So this is actually beautiful in the way. I mean, everyone in the reading wants to be with another person as to achieve the higher octave of the month of June is to achieve some sort of emotional stability. And it's a bit interesting because Queen of Cups, she is sitting, okay? The High Priestess is also sitting. The only people that are moving are the Knight of Cups and the Hermit. Well, I wouldn't count the Hermit also. He's more of a inside of yourself traveler. And the Magician is one that is stagnant, but just because he does his spells right, he manifests things outside of him. So that's why he doesn't need to move. Also, the Hermit sitting in a cave doesn't move so much. Yeah. It may not be fun to experience all of these things, but I think everyone comes from a good place in this month. I mean, the foundation and the hopes and dreams and the higher octave of this, it's beautiful. Just because some situations don't fit well or people don't fit well together, we don't need to be so angry, so feisty, or take it personal. It takes a lot of time to find your person, your situation, your place in the world, things of the sort. And you may run into people and end up in these types of situations just to get the knowledge. If you tomorrow would meet your soulmate, for example, or twin flame or things of the sort, would you be ready? Do you have all the experiences necessary as to have a great life together? No, you sometimes need to go through bad things before you meet that one person. Some of us, we need to go through these rough patches after you meet your soulmate or your twin flame. So it's healthy. Any type of experience is healthy. So try to take care of not acting feisty, insulting people and things of the sorts. These experiences are necessary. Just look at the Knight of Cups. He just comes out from this situation, but he moves forward because he has his heart on his sleeve, the Holy Grail of love there, and he's moving forward. He has this shield on. He needs to evolve more, but he is a believer, okay?